Good evening, and welcome to Big Z Sports Extra Point Show, showcasing the Garaway Pirates, powered by the Caleb Fell Real Estate Team. Caleb Fell can sell. Now let's head to the Hartzler's Quality Housing mobile studio at Pizza Parlor V in Sugar Creek with Big Z Sports.
Team. We are live here at the Pizza Parlor in Sugar Creek. Joe Geckler, Adam Sawecki, and we are joined here by head coach Jason Wallach. And we'll just go right into it, Coach. Here we are halfway through the season already. We talked to you, it seemed like it was last week, and we were in our preview show. And now we are starting week number 5. Let's go back and kind of recap the first 4 weeks of the season. You guys are sitting at 4-0. Had some impressive wins here at Bel Air, at Waynedale, West Muskingum, which was a really good game, and of course last week at Carrollton. But how do you feel your team's playing after the first 4 weeks?
I think we're improving each week. Especially offensively, we kind of started out a little bit slow. Defensively, we've played really well so far, but we got a lot of room for improvement, and we'll continue to work each day to get better. And we're never happy as coaches where we're at, and never as good as you think you are, but never as bad as you think you are either, hopefully. So, we're not satisfied. We're happy to be 4-0, but we got a lot of room for improvement.
Coach, if you look at your schedule, the Bel Air game week 1, you went into it not really knowing what to expect, because Bel Air really gave you a test last year. They come up here to the hill in Sugar Creek, and you guys kind of put one on them. 38-6 was the final in that game. And then after that, you went to Waynedale. You got a big win there, and then you really prepared well for week 3 against West Muskingum, which you thought was going to be just a challenge unto itself to stop their best player and one of the fastest kids in all of Ohio. But your defense really come to play in that game with a 28-0 win. Talk about your defense, and they kind of left off a little bit from where they were last year. You've only given up 6.3 points per game. The yardage is up a little bit, but the points are still down. Yeah,
we have that bend but don't break mentality and philosophy, and we've done a good job of that so far. Like you said, against Bel Air, 38-6 or whatever it was, and a very, very good West Muskingum team that challenged for a league title last year. I'm sure they will this year. That they just handed it to New Lex this past weekend. So they're a very, very good football team. So and then Carrollton, like you said, they had some yards on us, but we were able to make them re-snap the ball and make mistakes at critical times, and we were able to capitalize on those and hold them out of the end zone for the most part after the first drive as well. So. We've developed. We've gotten better. But like I said, we've got a lot of things that we can work on. And we've got some real tough challenges coming up.
Coach, whenever you talk about, you talked about the turnover that you've dealt with, and I mean everybody's aware of that, which you had to replace a lot. Do you credit some of that to having the successful seasons that you've had year after year for quite a while now? Getting games like you've had to start this season to get those underclassmen, those JV players, get them time in Friday Night Lights, do you feel that gets them more prepared for when that turnover comes and it's their turn to step in?
Yeah, I do. That's why we've had a freshman schedule, and I think now, 10 or 12 years, we've made sure that, even if we have 12 or 13, we still like to play those freshman games to make sure those guys are getting some quality time and developing. And JV games, sometimes it's a struggle to find JV games also, but we'll schedule whoever we have to make sure that those guys get games. And I've always been a big believer when games are in hand, especially at our level, because you don't have a lot of depth. We try to get our younger guys in as soon as possible. And I think that goes a long way, Adam, to get them that Friday night experience. But it also comes down to their willingness to prepare in the off season and get up, 5 days a week or 4 days a week at 6 a.m. workouts all summer long, all winter long, even all fall long. We still lift in the mornings before school during the season. So, that really pays off. And it's what it takes. We can only do so much as coaches. If the kids don't buy in, and winning helps that definitely.
Coach, if you look at, as much as you lost on that defensive side of the football, you lost some talent on the offensive side as well, but also you were bringing in a new quarterback, and he's only a junior, new to the program. And Brady Geibel, and he's played very, very well. Last week, 256 yards, 4 touchdowns, really taken to the offense over the first 4 weeks. I know the first week was, some growing pains. You're going to have that with a new quarterback and a new system, learning his teammates. How do you feel the offense has progressed the first 4 weeks?
Yeah, I mean, I know I said it earlier, we're getting better.
Yeah.
And I think Brady's feeling more comfortable. Fortunately, we brought back some starting offensive linemen that I think helps him feel more comfortable there. Some quality wide receivers, from last year's team as well. So we probably did lose more defensively than we did offensively from last year to this year. But we've improved it daily. We've tried to keep things pretty simple here at the beginning of the season. But we continue to add things and new things that once they feel comfortable with the old things, we'll throw a couple new things and wrinkles in. So. But they've done a pretty good job of picking those things up and improve a lot of improvement from week 1 to where we're at now.
Coach, with looking at the schedule, obviously the first 5. Well, after this week, the first 5 will be done. Then you have to turn that page, and it's into the gauntlet of the IVC South, and everybody knows how tough that conference is. Is it nice? You had a nice schedule. I mean, each year you have a nice schedule put together, but this year it seemed like it really fit. There were some weeks where it challenged the team, and then there were some weeks that no game's easy. No game's easy to win, but you guys had some games where it was in hand pretty quick. Does that help get them ready even more so for that IVC South?
Yeah, I mean, when you schedule a team like Bel Air that's a perennial playoff team, always fighting for a regional title. They've been in the Final Four, a couple of times here in the last 10 years. So, you schedule those teams to make you better. A West Muskingum that we knew was going to be a very good football team this year that's going to have a nice run, I'm sure, as long as they stay healthy. And, Carrollton, a bigger school. I mean, if you look at their kids compared to our kids, you probably pick 8 out of 10 of their kids compared to our kids. I mean, they're just bigger and very athletic. But, that's why you schedule those teams. Yes. And, we were fortunate, like I said, last week. Played really well offensively last week. They were able to pound the ball on us a little bit, which was a little frustrating. But still, we held them out of the end zone. But, yeah, that's why we schedule those kind of games, to prepare us for, your Indian Valleys, your Sandy Valleys, your Ridgewoods, Tusky Valley, Claymonts. I mean, like you said, there's really no week off in the IVC.
Those frustrating moments, though, those are learning moments, correct?
They are. Yes. Great teachable moments.
Coach, if I'm looking at this right, you mentioned offensively you did some really good things last week, putting 41 points on the board. If I count this up and my math does well, that's about 29 plays that you ran last week for 41 points. That's incredible if you think about points per play.
Yeah, we had problems getting off the field defensively, and then we were fortunate enough to score quick from our offensive perspective, but not from Coach West's defensive perspective.
Make the defense not very happy.
Yeah, so they were on the field a lot. I think it was 67. I think they ran 67 plays, and we ran 30, but one of those was a kneel down. So I think 29 plays, offensive plays. We were like I said, we were very efficient. Brady missed the first pass of the game with a wide open receiver that I know he would have loved to have back, or he would have been probably perfect on the night. So,
did you make him run for that one, missing the wide open receiver?
And playing a team like Carrollton, if they have 67 plays, that clock didn't stop a whole lot.
It did not stop a whole lot. No, it did not. No, it ran.
Coach, obviously East Canton this week. How's practice been leading up to Friday's game, and how do you feel about Friday?
A lot cooler than last week for sure. But no, we've had a good week of practice. I think our kids are ready to go, and East Canton's down a little bit this year, but they always play hard. Coach Miller does a great job. Obviously, he's coaching some big schools. He's a very smart guy. They're going to present some challenges for us. So, we're looking forward to going up there and playing well, getting off to a fast start, hopefully, and see what happens.
Well, we'll leave you with this question. Talk to us one time about your captains and your senior class. Get to shout them out a little bit here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, you got to have those kids buy into the program, or you're not, have the success that we've had. So, and it does. It comes back to your captains. It comes back to your seniors who've put their time in over the last 4 years, and some of them 6 years, because some of them will start in 7th or 8th grade working out with us. So no, really good kids, great leadership. We kind of joke around at practice as coaches a little bit, because this team's personality is like no other team we've had. They're pretty loose or pretty laid back, which frustrates me, of course, trying to decide if we're ready to play a game or not. Sure. But so far, so good. We've been fortunate, to be 4-0. But, they're a great group of kids who have really worked hard, because they've always lived in that shadow. Everybody always talked about last year, and we had a great class last year. I mean, we had some really good players, and, we had graduate 10 seniors, and all 10 of them were starters. So they kind of lived in that shadow, the last 3 years. So I know they want to make the mark on this program, and they've done a great job so far.
I lied. One more question. I know Joel had a tryout Monday, I believe, with the Colts. How did that go? Have you talked to him with Joel Honingford?
Yeah, he said it went really well, and they told him just to be ready. And so he's back in town right now working out, and wish the kid the best of luck.
Absolutely,
sure.
Yeah,
makes you proud as a head coach, for sure.
For sure. Well, that's Jason Wallach, head coach of the Garaway Pirates. We're going to let him get out of here. His youngest son playing football up on the hill. He's going to go watch that, and we'll talk with some captains and maybe somebody else coming up here in just a minute. You're listening to Big Z Sports and the Extra Point live from the Pizza Parlor on Z Country 99.9.
Fell can sell. When you choose the Caleb Fell Real Estate Team, you can count on local expertise, terrific communication, an expert negotiator on your side, and detail-oriented service throughout the process. Real estate does not have to be difficult or stressful. Choose a team that will make the process quick, easy, and professional start to finish. Whether you are ready to buy or ready to sell, make sure you call Caleb Fell with the Caleb Fell Real Estate Team.
Pizza Parlor V in Sugar Creek satisfies the hunger you have inside. Try their Parlor Sub. It's made to order with ham, pepperoni, lettuce, onions, tomatoes, banana peppers, with a special blend of provolone cheese and Pizza Parlor's homemade Italian dressing on a fresh bun baked to perfection. Try their ATM pizza that has all the meats: pepperoni, sausage, ham, and bacon. Pizza Parlor V, Sugar Creek, 330-852-4888.
Pizza Parlor. Joe Geckler, Adam Saweski, and we are joined by two Garaway High School captains, Wyatt Hirschberger and Peyton Keller. Guys, thanks so much for joining us here on the show. And Peyton, I'll start with you, buddy. Senior, your 4th year in the program. Talk to us about the last 4 years and how fun it's been playing under Coach Wallach and that coaching staff. Because you've had Coach West, you've had Coach Yo, you've had Coach Wallach, Jason. You've had a lot of great coaches to learn from. Talk to us about your last 4 years at Garaway.
Yeah, this program is something special to me. The coaches, I love them all. It's always fun to kind of get to joke around a little bit more than other teams probably do, but it's all with love, and I think that our bond is something special, and I'll keep with me the rest of my life.
I believe you're a 3-year starter at linebacker. Is that
Yes.
right? So over the last 2 years, you had a pretty good group of kids to play with, and now you're kind of that leader of that defense now as you come back as outside linebacker. Like, talk to us about the role that you're playing this year to help the younger kids behind you.
Yeah, I think I just got to set an example and try to coach them the best I can and lead by example, and just do what I'm supposed to and be the best example I can.
And you probably learned that over your 4 years. The best thing to do is just do what you're asked.
Yeah.
Then everything's fun, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a good method to take all through life. Just do what you're asked, and everything will be fine.
Yep. Wyatt, will come to you now. Obviously, 4 years into the program. Nose guard, that has to be a fun position, right? You prefer nose guard or guard?
Honestly, I don't mind playing either. I like defense because I'm a guy that wants to go tackle people.
Okay, all right.
But offense is fun because it's giving me a new challenge this year. Remembering, making the checks, talking to the guys, and being on the same page with everyone. Because defense, you can kind of just go out there and go after them.
Awesome. All right, we're done talking football.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to talk some fun stuff now, guys. Obviously, 4 years in a program. You guys are seniors. About 6, 7, 8 months? You got the countdown ready to go to graduation?
Yeah.
Yeah, May, around Memorial Day, somewhere around there?
Something like that.
Yeah. All right, so homecoming coming up here in a couple weeks. I think you guys go October, right? Homecoming?
Something
like
like
that. Obviously, you guys, football players, have to have girlfriends. Wyatt, do you have a girlfriend?
Nope.
Are you going to go to homecoming, though?
No, probably not.
Not even for your senior
No,
year?
nope.
Oh, man.
Maybe we'll go to the prom. Maybe.
Well, that's way down the road. You have baseball to worry about
Yeah.
before then. So, Peyton, what about you?
Yeah, I have a girlfriend,
What's her name?
Megan Schwartz.
Okay. Is she a Garaway?
She is.
All right.
Garaway,
All right.
yes.
Awesome. You guys going to go to homecoming together?
Yeah. it's
How long
the
you
plan.
been together?
A little over a year now.
Okay. Awesome.
So 1 out of 2, that's good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, half these guys.
Is she a
are going.
cheerleader?
No, she's not.
Okay. Does she play any sports?
She runs cross country, track, and plays basketball.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Awesome. Is she a better athlete than you?
Probably.
Okay.
Hey, at least you're honest. That's brownie points is what those are called. I'm going to jump back to football, but what's your best memory of your past 4 years of high school football?
Oh.
To this point, obviously, you're not done this season yet.
Yeah. I mean, something that sticks out to me is I didn't really get to play in it, but we got a chance to play at the Hall of Fame Stadium my freshman year. And, I mean, I didn't really get to play, but the atmosphere was just really
Was that
fun.
the Sandy Valley game?
Yeah,
Okay.
That would
you were a
be-
freshman then?
I was.
That'd be
Were you
really cool. That would be a really cool thing to do.
That was when Sandy had a field problem, right? And
Yeah.
they got moved up there. Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, it's a great question. Same for you, Wyatt. What's been your best memory as a football player for the Pirates?
Truthfully, I don't have any one singular memory, but it's just when you make a play and everyone comes celebrates with you. That's probably my favorite memory, because everyone tells you good job. It's pat on the butt. Everyone gets one. So
Sure.
it's awesome.
All right. So funny story about one of your coaches. It can be a baseball coach, or if you play another sport, or a football coach. Just a funny story that you want to share about a coach, and you're not going to get in too much trouble for it.
The only one I got is there's a picture of me and Coach Chad at Waynedale.
Okay.
It's a picture of us looking at each other. We both look pretty intense. Me and him were arguing over a simple play where I went to the B gap and I should have stayed in the A gap.
So he was right then.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I was right in college. 'Cause I took on a triple team, so one of my linebackers could get free. But it's just funny because the picture, it doesn't look so bad. It just looks like we're talking it out. But in reality, me and him were like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
But
Was that linebacker sitting next to you right now?
no, it was
No.
not. It was one of our inside
Oh,
linebackers.
okay. All right.
Yeah.
Was it Wyatt? Okay.
Yeah, it was.
All right. We'll talk to Wyatt and see who made the mistake, you or Coach. So Peyton, you too, man. Favorite memory or?
So my sophomore year, we were at Ridgewood. It was the last game of the regular season, and it was crazy atmosphere. And I was specifically told by Coach West when the tight end runs vertical to go with him, and I did not. And he calls a timeout just to run out on the field and yell at me, and it was probably the scaredest I've ever been in my life. And he smacks me, and he gets down in the stance, shows me what to do, but I mean, after that, did it right. So.
Okay.
Hey,
That's fair. As long as you
Yeah.
learn, right?
Yep.
he just wanted to make sure that the point was made, that especially because he had to use the timeout.
Yeah,
it was
he
probably
did.
the fact he had to use the timeout.
Yeah, he
That's
wasn't
probably why he was
happy.
so mad.
Did you guys win that game?
We did, yeah.
Was that the interception at the end?
Yep.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay. Favorite subject in class?
Oh,
You're probably in like calculus or trig, aren't you?
No.
No.
I got a work program class that I like a lot because we don't do anything in that class.
Oh, you don't do anything? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, your assistant principal is here, and you're saying that in front of him.
Well, I mean, we do stuff, just not a lot.
So you're more of a lunch or study hall or maybe weightlifting type of guy. Those are your favorite classes?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Why? What about you?
I'm only taking one class at the moment because I go to Buckeye.
Okay, all right.
So I did all my schoolwork over the summer.
So you go to Buckeye, that means another coach is over there with you. All right.
I get to see him every day in the
all
halls.
Right. All right.
But I only take one class, and that's pre-calc.
Okay.
But other than that, I'm in electrical and HVAC, and I really enjoy those. So.
Who's your pre-calc teacher?
Mrs. Yoder.
Okay. All right. What else we got?
I got one more for you. Do you have any pregame rituals? Something that it could be a meal. Like, do you have to go have a big piece of lasagna before the game, or whatever? Do you have a ritual?
Personally, I don't, but I did sophomore year or junior year. I don't remember. I would always go get pizza at home games up at Park Street.
Okay.
And on away games, we'd always go back to my house and get pizza at my house. So no matter what, we were getting pizza.
So that was the ritual.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anymore, I don't have one. I'm not much of a ritual or.
Just strap it up and go play.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Peyton, what about you?
So when we go out for special teams, Coach Shutt always throws me the football, and I have to catch that before anyone else does, and that's about it.
Okay. All right. Last question for both of you. Who is the funniest teammate you have?
The funniest?
The funniest teammate or the goofiest, kind of the team clown, so to speak?
I don't know.
No team clown?
Come on, you have to have somebody that gets yelled at practice every day or something. Just for
gets yelled at?
Yeah,
Lucas Schwartzentruber.
Oh, okay. All right.
All the time.
All right.
It's all in how you word it, Joe.
Yeah, all the time.
All right, who gets yelled at?
Yeah, he does. It's kind of funny.
Is it for bad stuff, or is he just goofing off? Don't call him out. But
No, but like just random things, it's kind of just funny when he gets yelled at, I guess.
Gotcha. All right. Peyton Keller, Wyatt Hirschberger joining us here on our Extra Point Show live from the Pizza Parlor. Going to come back, and we're going to be joined by Garaway Athletic Director Chip Amacone. That's after this. He's going to talk a little bit more about the fall sports and some other things going on at Garaway here this fall, coming up winter. I think there's a big event coming up in the city that he may need help with. I'm not sure. I'm sure he'll talk about that too. But that's coming up after this time out. You're listening to Big Z Sports right here on Z Country 99.9.
Fell can sell. When you choose the Caleb Fell Real Estate Team, you can count on local expertise, terrific communication, an expert negotiator on your side, and detail-oriented service throughout the process. Real estate does not have to be difficult or stressful. Choose a team that will make the process quick, easy, and professional start to finish. Whether you are ready to buy or ready to sell, make sure you call Caleb Fell with the Caleb Fell Real Estate Team.
Pizza Parlor V in Sugar Creek satisfies the hunger you have inside. Try their parlor sub. It's made to order with ham, pepperoni, lettuce, onions, tomatoes, banana peppers with a special blend of provolone cheese and Pizza Parlor's homemade Italian dressing on a fresh bun baked to perfection. Try their ATM pizza that has all the meats: pepperoni, sausage, ham, and bacon. Pizza Parlor 5 Sugar Creek, 330-852-4888.
Eckler, Adam Seweski, and we are joined here with Athletic Director Chip Amicone here on the Extra Point. Big thanks to Peyton Keller and Wyatt Hirschberger for joining us in the last segment. Head coach Jason Wallach was in the first segment. He got up to his son's game, able to watch him play for a little bit. Now we bring in the athletic director, Chip Amicone. And Chip, thanks, man. I know you're busy. Got a middle school game going on. You were taking tickets, doing all kinds of fun stuff, but you made time for us, and we appreciate that.
Happy to be here. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Hey, fall sports, full swing, volleyball, golf, football, cross country, lots of stuff going on at Garaway. Talk to us about how the fall sports are going.
I feel like a kind of broken record a lot of times in the fall, but I can't be prouder or can't say enough about our fall sports, our coaches, our kids, the parents, the programs. Phenomenal. I mean, boys and girls golf is off the charts. I mean, their success in what we're hoping and expecting for them coming postseason. Excited about that. Boys and girls cross country, very strong programs, doing very well. Excited for them as well. Volleyball is playing great this year. They play hard. The girls play hard together. They don't give up. Our IBC South volleyball league is got to be one of the toughest top to bottom in the area for our size schools.
Sure.
And in the state. But so it's a battle. Every night is a battle for those girls, and they're doing well. And obviously, can't say enough about the football team.
We talk about the football team enough. We can talk about these other teams,
and all those boys. I love them all. So.
Well, I'm going to make you take your AD hat off right here. I want you to put your dad hat on. You're allowed to do that here. You got a kid sitting over there, final time. His senior year. You had one graduate last year, and I think one a couple years prior to that. But this is it for you guys. You and Beth have done a great job raising Gabe and Tate and Micah. Talk to us about that dude sitting over there that wears number 14.
So Beth did a great job, and. I can't thank her enough for carrying all the weight while I've been athletic director for all these years. 'Cause this is year 12, and so Gabe's 17. So for the majority of his life, we've been doing this, and it's been a lot of fun. And thanks to her for all that. And I'm just here to embarrass Gabe a little bit.
Please do. That's what I asked you that question for.
No, I love those group of boys. It has been some of my best memories coaching them in whether it's Little League baseball or helping out with middle school football or just being around their program. They've got great personalities, great character, great kids. Like the picture of Jackson Reifensnyder and Ethan Kimball, helping the Carrollton boy with his leg cramp. I mean, that just sums up those two boys, but that whole group as well. So love them all to death. Excited for them. Not going to try to get too emotional about the end of football season.
We got basketball and baseball still.
Because as a dad, I can look forward to basketball and baseball. So at some point, going to be a mess, but it's okay.
Yep. Well, the good thing is, Chip, we don't do any live radio interviews in baseball season, so you won't have to. There won't be a mic thrown in your face.
If we're up there and he's there, trust me, I will talk to him.
You'll get me. Yeah. You know what? The older I get, Adam, the more emotional I get because
I feel you,
and I hope everybody does too. But I appreciate these moments. The older you get, the more you appreciate them, and every one of these boys and the coaches and the parents. It's great being around, and it gets emotional sometimes.
My youngest is a senior this year also, so I'm gonna, and that's it for us. So I'm I have the same feels going on that you do. It's gonna be tough at the end of every year,
But like me, you're not done. You'll still have the headset on, and you'll be a part of things.
That's true. Still be around it, but
it'll be
just
different.
Won't have your children, but hey, these kids though, you talk about that class, and they try to max out every year, every season for you with the long runs that they've been going on. So they're doing their part. They want to make sure you see as much as possible.
I know. I love it, and that's how it has been. But we have very short transitions between seasons at Garaway, and it's a great problem to have. But you know, our fall sports butt right up into our winter sports, and winter.
When's the
butts
first
right up into
basketball game? Do you know?
It's like the 5th of December. I was just looking at
7th,
8th.
Yeah.
8th. I think the boys is December 8th.
Okay.
Well,
I
so if
think.
the boys are playing for a state title, that's going to be that weekend. What are you going to do?
Well, you know, Terry Rao's very smart, and for
Okay.
years we have
right.
been backing up our opening basketball game as far as we can.
Yep.
And he's a realist, and he knows the successes,
Sure.
and he's happy for the boys in football, and so we push it back as far as we can. And a lot of teams are playing already, but we're waiting because, you know, we're anxious and hoping for a lot of success.
I'm going to ask you about one other kid. He's a senior this year. Finally got to play football again. He's having a great season. Jackson Reifenschneider. He's in Gabe's class. He's in those kids' class right there. Talk about Jackson and kind of what he's went through. I asked Jason week 1 about it. You as the athletic director, you've seen him grow up. You've seen the success he's had this year. How good do you feel for Jackson?
Very happy to see Jackson. One, because he looks like a beast in a football uniform and pads. It's like, man, where'd that kid come from? You know, he's gotten a lot bigger, a lot stronger. Very happy that he's been able to, you know, get to a place physically where he can come back and enjoy the game and you know, enjoy his friends and be a part of that. And he's one of those kids that I've been coaching and been around, you know, since they were little, and taking them up to North Canton in a Little League tournament and whooping on people up there and having a great time. But yeah, I'm happy for him. He's doing great. I love, you know, interacting with him. Talk about a character. You know, he's got plenty of stories with Jackson for sure.
Well, Chip, you know, you talk about all the success, and everybody sees it. But with success, you have, I mean, facilities play a lot into that. And you guys just had a huge upgrade with the baseball and the softball field last off season for them. Now you have a little project going on right behind the school, and I believe that's going to be where the new weight room is. Is that correct?
Yeah.
You want to talk a little bit about that and what that's going to mean for the kids?
Yeah, I mean, I'm very excited about that. Obviously, the school, the community's got behind that, using some of that COVID money, the ESSER money, things like that. We currently have 2 little, basically classroom-size rooms in our gym lobby that we've been using for weight rooms for years, and just like everything else, to be able to get to that next level, to be able to do those things that you want to do, you have to have the facility, you have to have the space to do it. So I would say, you know, modest. It's not the Taj Mahal back there, but it's going to be very nice, a very nice upgrade. Plenty of room, new equipment, and get a lot of guys and girls, you know, in there.
Get them out of those classrooms where they're squeezed.
And hopefully some of those older, out-of-shape ADs and teachers, they can get in there too.
Well, obviously the athletic department's always raising money for whatever you guys want to do, whether it be football upgrades, basketball, baseball, softball, whatever upgrades you want to do. And in a couple weeks, there's a big fundraiser going to happen here in town with the 70th Swiss Fest, and you have something.
70th.
It's the 70th,
Nice. Okay.
and it's going to be a big one this year. I think the weather so far is looking nice, but you guys have a big fundraiser at the Swiss Fest. Talk to us about that.
The festival committee came to me 3 years ago and asked if the school and the athletic department would kind of take that over and help out and run that. And it has been an awesome experience. It's a great community, you know, public relations, you know, interaction with the people. Everybody comes together. Sign up. If you're friends with me on Facebook or Garaway Athletics on Facebook, you're sick of seeing my Facebook posts already because it's crunch time. We need some more people to help on Friday and Saturday, whether it's frying the fritters in the tent or making the batter up in the kitchen. Everyone that has helped over the last 2 years, they all walk away saying that was a lot of fun. Like, you know, you were working with people and you're working hard for a few hours, but you know, you're laughing, you're having a good time, and the time flies. And the food's good. The food is good, and we sample plenty of the product, and it is a great fundraiser for the athletic department. I want to say too, specifically, you know, those guys and girls that just graduated over the last couple years, this is a great way to actually show that you learned all those lessons about servant leadership and giving back to your community. I'd love to see some of those faces coming back, as well as obviously the parents and the kids involved right now.
That was very subliminal. I like that.
Yeah, slip that right in there.
Slip that right in there, man. And Chip, I've told you I was going to help last year. Got to the sign up late. Obviously, I'm busy Friday night that week.
Yep.
Saturday afternoon and morning, I'm a little busy with something there at Swiss Fest, but I'll be happy to help you Saturday evening.
You guys come Saturday evening and watch Joe frying up some apple fritters. It'll be great.
But again, Chip Amicone, the athletic director for the Garaway Pirates, does an extraordinary job with the Pirates and all their sports, and we appreciate him making time for us, and thanks so much.
Thank you.
Yep, Chip Amicone again here with our Extra Point Show live from the Pizza Parlor. Coming up next, we're going to have Gabe Amicone and Wyatt Wallach joining us here to talk a little bit more about them and what they like and have some fun with some more football players. That's after this. You're listening to Big Z Sports right here on Z Country 99.9.
Fell can sell. When you choose the Caleb Fell Real Estate Team, you can count on local expertise, terrific communication, an expert negotiator on your side, and detail-oriented service throughout the process. Real estate does not have to be difficult or stressful. Choose a team that will make the process quick, easy, and professional start to finish. Whether you are ready to buy or ready to sell, make sure you call Caleb Fell with the Caleb Fell Real Estate Team.
Pizza Parlor V in Sugar Creek satisfies the hunger you have inside. Try their parlor sub. It's made to order with ham, pepperoni, lettuce, onions, tomatoes, banana peppers with a special blend of provolone cheese and Pizza Parlor's homemade Italian dressing on a fresh bun baked to perfection. Try their ATM pizza that has all the meats: pepperoni, sausage, ham, and bacon. Pizza Parlor 5 Sugar Creek, 330-852-4888. From the Pizza Parlor. Big thanks to the Caleb Fell Real Estate Team for sponsoring our Big Z Sports Extra Point all season long. We are into week number 5 of the high school football season, Adam. That just seems crazy to say that because we were talking like the preview show seemed like it was last week.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, it's went by in a blur. And what's worse, though, for me, do you see that table over there that's nobody's sitting at?
Yeah.
Half my sub's been staring at me since we came over here.
We'll go eat it.
And now I'm looking right at it.
We'll go eat it. I'll talk to these guys. We're going to be joined by a couple more captains for the Garaway Pirates, Gabe Amicone and Wyatt Wallach. And, guys, first of all, thanks for taking time to join us and eating some pizza. Did you get enough to eat, Wyatt?
Of course I did.
Good. Gabe, did you?
Oh, of course.
All right, good. All right, so we'll get into football here for a little bit. You guys are seniors in your final year as a Garaway Pirate. Wyatt, you've got to play for your dad and your uncle. And Gabe, of course, your dad's the athletic director. But Wyatt, talk to us about the last 4 years and what they've meant to you.
I mean, like you said, I've been playing with my my dad, my uncle. And, you know, sometimes that's not really a good thing.
Sure.
Because you get yelled at a lot more than other kids. But,
I get it.
it's been a really fun experience.
Obviously, you got to play with your brother the last 2 years. Well, I mean, longer than that. But, JT was here, and now he's off to college. But how was it playing with your brother? Obviously, you got to play with him for a couple of years. He'd probably be harder on you than anybody else in the locker room, including your dad, probably including your uncle. But what was it like playing with your brother?
I feel like I took a little harder shots than the rest of my teammates during practice. But, I feel like, I felt like I was kind of in his shadow for a while because he was always getting mentioned.
Sure.
And I feel like now is my time.
Sure.
So I'm kind of excited about this year.
Right, we won't talk about him anymore. Then. So, Gabe, I'll ask you as well, man. 4 years in this program. Of course, you played 3 sports. Wyatt, you do a couple things as well. But, Gabe, football-wise, you've kind of been in the shadow a little bit, too, of maybe the Rodens and a couple other kids there. But now it's your time to shine. Talk about the last 4 years for you.
Yeah, I've enjoyed every second of these last 4 years. Football's been one of my favorite sports to play, just the Friday night feeling. It's unbeatable,
And you guys, with the success that you've had, I guess I'll just roll right into my first question to you guys. In those 4 years, what's your fondest memory of your football career?
I would have to say sophomore year, week 10 at Ridgewood. Just the atmosphere was insane. Never play in anything like that ever again.
Okay. What?
I would have to say beating Ridgewood twice at home last year.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So you can tell the rivalry
I see a
there.
common approach to this question, but that's all right.
Because there was a couple years there that Ridgewood was pretty dang good, and they went to the regional championship game. They had some good teams, and it felt like, man, is Garaway going to get over that hump again to get past Ridgewood? And like you guys mentioned last year, especially when you got them week 10 and you got them week 12 and you got them both times, and how did the other teammates or your coaches, prepare you guys for playing them 2 times within 3 weeks?
It was kind of around like the same game plan, but I feel like we had to lock in a lot more during the playoffs than the regular season. So
yeah, anytime you play a team twice that quick, it makes it very, very difficult. You could win, you could do it very easily the first time, but then they got time to prepare and they know what to expect a little bit more. So yeah, that was a great job by you guys to be able to come back and do what you did.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, fine. That's it with football.
Yep.
We may go back to something here in a little bit, but all right, favorite subject in class, Wyatt, or in school?
I'd say my favorite class this year is Pirate Media.
Pirate Media, okay.
And that's basically just the morning announcements.
Okay.
So, yep.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with him.
You're in Pirate Media now.
We have the same schedule.
Okay.
So,
you guys in every class together?
Everyone,
Oh my
all
God.
3 of them.
So do you
I'm
guys
sorry, Garaway teachers.
do you guys get to do the announcements together?
We will. We will eventually.
Okay.
We'll be doing the announcements.
I want to see that. Is it video or just audio?
It's video.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
you got to send it.
It's video.
I want to
Alright.
see those.
It'll
I
be
want
on-
to see
it'll be
those.
on YouTube.
All right.
Will this be like suit and tie stuff?
Oh no.
No. Okay.
Definitely.
I didn't know. Okay. I didn't know if it was gonna be like the whole newsroom feel or.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Nice.
All right. Homecoming's coming up. I'll ask you first, Gabe. You look like a ladies' man. Do you have a girlfriend or are you going to homecoming?
I do not, and
What?
I'm not sure about homecoming yet. Last year's was kind of lame. Gonna be honest.
Kind of lame.
Kind of
okay.
lame.
Wow.
All right.
Maybe that was on the AD, but
Oh, wow.
Whoa,
Okay.
wow.
Wow. He's allowed to say that.
Yeah.
He has to go home with him. So.
yeah. But we'll see. Might
Wow.
go with some friends.
All right. But, on your social media, I thought you had some girls on your social media the last couple of years.
Well,
Nothing
you know,
there?
I dabble in it a little
Okay,
bit, but
all right.
Dabble. Okay.
You dabble. He dabbles. What about you, Wyatt? Any girlfriends or?
Not at the moment, but if there's any good-looking single ladies out there, then you know who to come to. So.
Okay.
All right then.
All right.
Oh,
So
okay.
this show just took a turn.
Yes, a dating game now. We're going to turn into the dating game. Next contestant, walk on in for Wyatt. But, all right, so a funny story about one of your coaches, one of your teammates. Keep it clean. It can be, you can make fun of your dad, your uncle, your brother, anybody you want to, but funny story about somebody on your team.
Yeah, because you're in safe zone right
Yeah.
now. You
Nothing's off limits. just can't be. You have to keep it clean.
Okay, so during practice in 2 days this year, Coach Wallach was just shanking field goals.
Which one? Which
Coach Jason Wallach.
Okay,
Oh,
Was
Coach
just
Jason.
shanking field goals all practice.
All right.
And so he makes a deal with Brady Geibel. And
Okay.
Brady Geibel's never seen him kick before.
Okay.
And we all know he can kick.
Yeah.
And so he makes a deal that we have to run double or nothing
Oh.
if he can beat him in a kicking contest.
Okay.
I said, Brady, he's hustling you. Don't take it. Don't do it. And he goes, you know what? I'll do it. So they both make the first field goal, move back 5 yards. Brady shanks it. I was like, we're in trouble. Coach walked right down the middle. Double or nothing, ran twice the amount.
Oh man, so that's kind of getting on your player then, right? Brady?
Exactly.
All right. What about you, Gabe? Anything about a coach, player, even basketball, baseball, anything?
I can't really think of like one specific time, but Coach Yasik is one of my favorite guys on the staff.
All right.
I
was
mean,
gonna
he's
ask you guys about him because you played for him and Coach West.
Yeah,
So.
I mean he's one of my coaches for all 3 sports.
Okay. Yeah.
We go back and forth a lot.
Yep.
You know, you bicker a lot at him, but it's all love at the end.
Yeah.
So,
Is he the hardest on you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Who's the?
know.
I'm probably gonna get you in trouble for this question, but who's the easiest coach to get something over on in practice or a game or something?
Either Coach Miller, like either Ben Miller or
the new coach,
Eric Miller.
Oh goodness.
Yep. Either one of them.
And you play, and Eric's your
Love
wide receivers
both.
coach. Oh.
Wow.
And Ben's the corner coach.
Yes, he
so.
is. So,
Jabs at the
perfect.
position
Perfect.
coach.
Yes.
Wow.
And,
Yikes.
he's gonna be running. Wyatt, how about you?
I would say Coach Ben Miller because he's a receivers coach.
Okay.
And he's also a Bengals fan, so we
Hey,
don't really like him
easy,
for that.
Easy
so.
now. Come on.
Hey,
Come on now.
So if you guys show up to practice tomorrow and Coach Jason Wallach has Ben Miller in his office, you might just want to stay away because I mean you guys just kind of threw him under the bus a little bit.
he might have a word with us.
All right, Wyatt, I'm going to have you get sentimental here a little bit. You like I said, you play for your dad. You have for the past 4 years. And, how is it playing with your dad? And how well does your dad take the coach hat off when he gets home and be dad?
I feel like we don't really talk about practice that much at home.
Good.
But on the field, especially like right before games, he'll always come up to me and dap me up and say, I love you. And that's just something that really holds true to me.
Sure.
So
Absolutely. Gabe, obviously your dad, the athletic director, how fun is it to obviously he controls the whole athletic department, so he can say you can play or not, you know. But how cool is it for your dad to be there and watch every game that you've been? Like he said, you were 5 when he started to be an athletic director.
Yep.
So
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm really thankful for that. He's been my coach all my life through baseball, football, everything. Just a big mentor in my life.
That's awesome.
I got one more question for you. Do you have any pregame rituals? Yeah, I mean, do you have to go eat like a sub?
We do.
Oh, that's a combo. All right.
Say it on 3.
Say it on 3. He wants to say it on 3.
Say the same thing, though.
Okay.
What?
Here, give me the mic. Talk to him in his ear now.
We both go out on the 50-yard line before game, like before we go take specialties, and we just meditate.
That's awesome.
We lay there and meditate.
Okay.
For the game. Yep.
All right.
That's cool, though.
That is cool.
That is a cool thing.
Pre-game meal, you guys have to eat the same thing, or you guys eat something different every week? What's your favorite thing to eat before a game?
Man, I don't know. Probably Subway.
Okay.
That's up there.
What about you, Wyatt? Anything?
I'd have to say Lisa Winter's home cooking.
Lisa Winters, home cooking. All right, all
Okay.
right. Yep. Well, before every game on a Friday night, before I leave the house, I have a bowl of Fruity Pebbles, if that makes you guys feel any better. That's every Friday night before I leave. I'll have a bowl of Fruity Pebbles, and that's what I eat before I go on the air. So, I mean, I get it.
Rituals run deep. They run deep.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Wyatt Wallach, Gabe Amicone joining us here on our Extra Point. Big thanks to the Pizza Parlor and, of course, the Caleb Fell real estate team. One final timeout, come back and go over what's going to happen here in Week 5 of the high school football season. That's after this with Big Z Sports on Z Country 99.9.
Fell can sell. When you choose the Caleb Fell real estate team, you can count on local expertise, terrific communication, an expert negotiator on your side, and detail-oriented service throughout the process. Real estate does not have to be difficult or stressful. Choose a team that will make the process quick, easy, and professional start to finish. Whether you are ready to buy or ready to sell, make sure you call Caleb Fell with the Caleb Fell real estate team.
Pizza Parlor V in Sugar Creek satisfies the hunger you have inside. Try their parlor sub. It's made to order with ham, pepperoni, lettuce, onions, tomatoes, banana peppers with a special blend of provolone cheese and Pizza Parlor's homemade Italian dressing on a fresh bun baked to perfection. Try their ATM pizza that has all the meats: pepperoni, sausage, ham, and bacon. Pizza Parlor 5 Sugar Creek, 330-852-4888.
Wesky, and we are in our final segment of our Extra Point show here tonight. Big thanks to the Caleb Fell Real Estate team, and of course Claxon Communications as well. Lydia Brady behind the cameras with us tonight. She always is the best producer of the Big Z Sports, does the great things for us, and Lydia is our person, and we appreciate all she does for us, whether it be our Extra Point show at a game on Friday nights. I don't know what I would do personally if I didn't have Lydia at a game, because she is so good at what she does. I mean, I could turn my back, she can be behind me, and me and Lydia is on the same page. She does a fantastic job for Claxon Communications.
It's a definite comfort zone when you have two elements of media going out with radio and video, to know that the video side is completely taken care of. As long as she has the ad list, it has a general concept of what we're doing, you have nothing to worry about.
If she wasn't there, man, honestly, Adam, I don't know what I would do, because, I mean, I've had her for like 3 or 4 years now.
Yeah.
And Lydia does such a fantastic job, and we appreciate everything she does for us. And she's there, and she gets there like breakfast every Friday night. She hooks up, and she's already eating dinner by the time we get there. So.
Speaking of Friday night, you got a big one Friday night, don't you?
Friday night's going to be a fun one. Back up in Malvern for the Sandy Valley Cardinals and Malvern Hornets. Man, that's going to be a battle of 3-1, 4-0, and that's a rivalry game, Adam, that both teams, there's not much love lost there. You know, these two teams don't like each other, and, you know, they're, 20 minutes apart
at most.
And, you know, it's kind of like Sandy-Tusky. You know, it's almost a backyard rivalry, and, you know, both of these teams are playing really good football right now. Of course, Sandy's lone loss was to Canton South, a really good Canton South team, and Malvern's sitting at 4-0. That's going to be fun. Myself and Robbie and Ryan McClellan's going to be there. Dalton Patterson's going to be there doing some social media for us, so that's going to be a lot of fun. You know, and there's some other great games around the area this week if you're looking at it. New Philadelphia travels to Mansfield Senior, and that game very easily could go down as the game for the game. Whoever wins that could be down the road could be the winner of the OCC.
Could be a front runner, absolutely. With West Holmes, they've been in, unfortunately dropped 2 games, but only one was to Mansfield Senior last week. So they sit there with 1 loss in the OCC. That OCC,
they're going to have a saying in it.
Absolutely,
really
absolutely they are. That's what I'm saying. This the Quakers, if the Quakers could go there and, take care of business against Mansfield, then all of a sudden the Week 9 matchup between West Holmes and New Philadelphia becomes very important. Absolutely. If things kind of hold true the way that we see it.
And looking at some other games, Ridgewood travels up to Tusk County to take on TCC. West Holmes, we just talked about them. They play Madison Comprehensive. I would assume they'll get a win in that game. Madison Comprehensive 0-4 on the season. West Holmes has a bad taste in their mouth right now, dropping 2 in a row.
I feel bad for the Rams in that one.
Yeah, the Rams are in trouble, in my opinion. Conotton Valley Bridgeport, that'll be a good game. Jake Caldwell will have that one covered for us. Of course, the battle at Crater Stadium. Steubenville comes to town. That's always a good game over at Crater Stadium, whether it's at Crater Stadium or if it's down where that stupid horse is that Chris always says. Steubenville and Dover. Going to be a good one. Travis will be there covering that game for us. And, man, the way Dover has played the last couple of weeks. They started out 0-2. They got the win at Indian Valley, and then they got the win last week. So maybe Dover's hitting their stride.
Yeah, and this is, Steubenville, this is probably, if not their only one, maybe one of 2 road games for the year. So you know that they're going to travel well.
Sure.
What an environment that's going to be. Travis will be able to keep us up to date on that game.
For sure. Tusky Valley and Strasburg, that's always a fun football game. I don't know if you remember, but when we went back into play-by-play with Big Z Sports, Tusky Valley Strasburg was the first ever game we did besides the clock game at Indian Valley Claymont that
that's
year.
That's the one that always I remember.
That was the first ever game, but it was right at the end of the year. Then the next year is when we kind of started our 4 a year, 5 a year, doing games. But Tusky and Strasburg, they were our first regular season kind of getting back into play-by-play every week. So that could be a good one up there at Ronhurst Field, of course. Claymont and Buckeye Trailblaze McMorrow going to cover that game for us. The Tusky-Strasburg game, Aaron Stump will have that covered for us. And then Garaway, we talked about it. They got to travel to East Canton. I think Garaway is ready for this game and to get into that gauntlet of the South the following week. And when we see teams get into the IVC South schedule, we know there's going to be battles, and that's Garaway's preparing for that this week against East Canton. And then Shannon Thomas hopefully have St. Clairsville and Indian Valley covered for us. I know Shannon's down a little bit right now with his back, so our prayers for Shannon. Hopefully he can get back at it and get back up and moving around. I know the Indian Valley fans will love to see his coverage and get his stuff going there. There's Indian Valley 3-1, St. Clairsville 3-1 as well. Northwest and Fairless, great to see Fairless get back in the win column. Andrew Gibb will have that game covered for us. Martins Ferry, Newcomerstown. Newcomerstown coming off a tough loss last week, but they are 3-1. Martins Ferry, always a tough team to play. Newcomerstown has them at home, which is great.
Yeah, Tusky Valley actually just went down to Martins Ferry and beat them a couple weeks ago. So now Martins Ferry's coming to T County to take on the Trojans. And, yeah, I expect Coach Gadd to have the Trojans ready to roll, especially coming back home. That's a big game for them. I mean, Barnesville, they're absolutely no slouch at all. You know, people may look at that score and be like, well, what's going on down in
Barnesville's really good.
Yeah, Barnesville's really good. So, yeah, I wouldn't put a whole lot into that score from last week.
And Carrollton kind of come off the mat a little bit this week against Kenmore Garfield. I would expect Carrollton to get a win here this week. And then Harrison Central, they play host to East Liverpool. So that's the slate of games here for Big Z Sports. We'll have covered for you on Friday night. Of course, myself, Robbie, Ryan, and Dalton will be up at the Sandy Valley Malvern game at Malvern. Going to be a lot of fun. Going to be a part of that one. And Week 5 is here, and that means halfway, and before long, snow is going to be on the ground.
It's really crazy to think that. And we talked off air. What's even crazier is that just a couple days ago I started receiving basketball schedules.
Yeah, we talked to basketball. You're like, yeah, I need one schedule, and I'm already starting to put the schedule. I'm like, geez, oh, Pete. Like,
yeah, it's because I know how fast the first 5 weeks went. The next 7 or 8 are going to go just as fast.
It'll be December 1st. We'll be preparing for our wrap-up show before you know it. So,
yeah.
Again, big thanks to Pizza Parlor. Jeremiah Johnson does a fantastic job here. The food is always fantastic.
My sub doubled.
It did.
I'm glad I left it there.
I think Coach Wallach put something on your plate there. So I think he couldn't eat enough. And, man, the great food as always. Jeremiah does a great job, and we appreciate all he does and feeding the team, feeding us. And, it's a great time to be here with Pizza Parlor.
And what better place to be when you're talking Garaway athletics? I mean, just all you have to do is look at the walls.
Sure.
What a supporter. What a great business here in town. And, the food's pretty good,
Oh, yeah, for sure. Picture on the wall, kind of cool over there. I wasn't sure. I knew who the one guy was, and I asked Coach Wallach who that picture was. It was Joel Honingford holding up Connor Troyer. Those are 2 names of the past, and, those were 2 great athletes to come through the football program here at Garaway. And their picture, it's Joel's holding up Connor, kind of like the Lion King, like,
yeah.
So
very cool.
Yeah, cool atmosphere here at the Parlor. Make sure you check them out here in Sugar Creek. Big thanks again to Lydia Brady. Always does a great job. Adam, thank you. Mary Alice back at the station. We appreciate you as well. And that's going to do it for this edition of The Extra Point. Big thanks to the Caleb Fell Real Estate team again and everybody here at Pizza Parlor. We'll talk to you Friday night at 5 o'clock with the Wood Electric pregame show in the studio with the guys, and then they'll kick it out to us at Malvern for Malvern and Sandy Valley with kickoff at 7 o'clock. Again, Friday night, we'll see you then. Thanks for tuning in to The Extra Point. We'll see you on Friday. So long, everyone.